Good morning, all of you. Within a minute, I am sharing my slides. It's an honor to present a Atal FDP in front of all audience, and I think you may be doing research in data analytics and must be very much interested to pursue your career in this field and wanted to advance your knowledge in this particular area. So today is the third day. My earlier talk was scheduled on tomorrow, but due to some arrangement, it has been made today only. So no issue for that. So I hope you all are safe and healthy at your place. And let's have a very fruitful discussion, rather talk for all of you. In the meantime, Shailesh, you will be handling this. Huh? Already has introduced me, and sorry for inconvenience for some time. So I belong to MNIT Jaipur. If it could be offline course, you could see this physically at Jaipur. So maybe in future you are welcome in MNIT. So I have already also, apart from my research, 20 years research and teaching experience, I'm editorial board member of many data analytics related journals. That is Business and System Research, Transactions of IEEE, Journal of Engineering Manufacturing, Journal of Modeling and Management, Benchmarking and Production Manufacturing. So these are my latest paper, which I have recently published. One paper is machine learning applications. So this is purely related with what data analytics is and what the application of this. So I have a more publication towards data analytics since 2009. I'm actually working in this area and happy to have you in this to our talk. So apart from my various research talk, I have many projects in related with facility location layout and self-organization, adaptive attributes and design planning operations. I was one of the coordinator of MEMS Design Center and as well as robotics in. So now I just wanted to have this particular forum open to all of you. If you have any question, any point of time, you can ask any questions. So I will directly start with the first application which you are daily using. Maybe you may be using it or might be knowing about this particular application called Netflix. So Netflix has a movie recommender system. So I have started my talk with this application because I just wanted to tell you what you are trying to learn in this 1 week, which is tremendous application in machine learning, tremendous application in all the major operations which are happening today in day-to-day your life. So this is first. So here the training data is 100 million rating, 4,80,000 users, more than 18,000 movies, 6-year data. So that training data was taken from Netflix and trying to give what movie recommender system is there. And it could be a last few ratings of each user. So it can be test data, it can be training data. The first foremost thing for any data analytics application is you should have a data. So there are data, can be training data or there can be a test data. So you can understand these are training data and this can be trace data. Now, once you have this global rating, so global rating where mean movie rating is 3.7 star. So there are a number of movies which has been rated, and these rating has been based on various algorithm. There can be local neighbor algorithm, and final estimates is Joe will rate The Sixth Sense 3.8. So based on Joe rating on various forum, the data has been taken and about what exactly data what input he's giving to Netflix. So this particular algorithm is saying how if it is didn't like related movie scenes, so he can give this. So from where we are getting this output? From where we are getting this output and how this algorithm works? This is the interest of us all. Now, basically, I am just giving you the nutshell of your Atal FDP program. It is in data analytics. So basically, data analytics is a combination of statistics, visualization, methods, and know-how. So statistics has to be primer, and data analytics has basically two categories. One is descriptive, another is inferential. So again, they have been divided into two. So you may be using a two kind of data. It can be qualitative data. It can be quantitative data. There are a number of variables involved. There are many number of variables involved in data analysis. If you are using one variable, so statistics procedure are called as univariate statistics. And if it is more than one variable, maybe more than two variable, then multivariate statistics. If exactly two variable, then it's called bivariate. So I'm just trying to tell how you are learning this today's talk and where it is pertinent to data analytics. So many methods are related with multivariate data analytics. So in today's talk, I am going to give you talk on three things. Those three things are logistic regression, simple descriptive analysis, and multiple discrimination. So they are all part of multivariate technique. They are all part of discrimination qualification. So which are multivariate techniques? So multivariate techniques are type of data analysis. So data analysis has three basic classification: descriptive, inferential, qualitative, quantitative, univariate, multivariate. So today's topic is basically multivariate technique, which are consulting with separating set of objects, whatever observation you are taking, with allocating new objects. So let us try to understand this with various applications. So I would be giving you various application, case studies, and hands-on problems so that you can able to understand how this algorithm works. So now this immediate example is doctor could perform a descriptive analysis to identify patient at a high or low risk of stroke. So that is one very important application in today's point of time where he can use this analysis. So with the help of various data analysis, people like you who are actually learning this, they can actually able to deduce this. So basically this discrimination is allowing separate set of objects classification. So how actually this total talk is divided into two broad category. One is logistic regression, another this is what we call logistic regression, and this is logistic. We would be understanding objectives, applications, assumptions, key terms, what are the models involved in that, and steps to implement this. And we will use various examples with the help of manual calculation and with the help of software. So if time permits, we will able to do all kind of agenda what we are planning. So a very simple example is if you wanted to purchase, there are two kinds of population: purchase of new products. So purchase of new products, there can be two people. There are slow purchaser, which is called laggards. So there are two kinds of population. So how do actually you can understand the variables who can actually able to purchase product very fast and he will be very slow. So it can depends on the many variables: education, income, family size, amount of previously brand switching. So there may be number of variables which are responsible to it. So if you wanted to identify these observations, so this X can be in education, input, family, amount of previous brand. So population can be a purchaser of population. So it can be a laggards. So you can divide based on these inputs. So what you are trying to say, you are trying to classify the information based on this into these two things. So that is what multivariate analytics is. Now, till date, you are actually doing the linear regressions. So linear regression where y is equal to mx plus c. So that y can be predicted based on the various input and various. So your input is basically divided into this, or you can go beyond that. So basically, this logic regression is a predictive analysis. Now, I will give you a very simple example. Now, daily you are opening mail. Now, the mail which your organization sends, your friend sends, directly you can see from in your inbox. But some kind of advertisement mail, some kind of mail which are came very occasionally, those mails comes into spam box. Now, how does software decides, your email system decides, algorithm decides ki this particular email go to your inbox and this particular email go to spam. So this is also one kind of live example of logistic regression. So you wanted to predict the occurrence of happening, if it is spam or not spam. Email is in a spam or not spam. So you can actually see either of this. So normally linear regression used to be used very lot and taught in every statistic classes, but logistic regression never really taught. But this logistic regression has a lot of computing powers and now software which are now enabling to implement logistic regression. You can use any of the software. There are a number of software. You can use Python, you can use SPSS, you can use where you can actually use this logistic regression. So what is exactly objective of logistic regression is to find the best fitting model. So what is the best fitting model is? So best fitting model where you are trying to see this fitting model to describe the relationship between dichotomous characteristics. So what do you mean by dichotomous characteristics? It may have either two outputs, yes or no, or it may have a 0-1 characteristics. So let us try to understand this. So you are having an independent variable or you have a dependent variables, independent variable and dependent variables. So independent variables can be a continuous, age, income, height, and dependent variables, again, there are output, consumption, time spent, use numerical values. And where category can be gender, city, used MBs. And here dependent variables can be yes or no. So let us try to understand with some example. Should a bank give a person loan or not? So that depends on many factors. Okay. What determines admittance into a school? Which consumer are more likely to buy a new product? And this I have already shown, and this I've already explained about spam or not. So this can be binary. So it can be 1 or it can be output can be 1 or output can be 0. Now, I am just trying to ask your question to you whether or not a person smoke. So it may have it only two output. Yes, he used to smoke or not. So successful medical treatment can be a successful or not successful. So it may have a number of response. Opinion poll response depends on the characteristics. So you may have number of operations into this. So when you use a logistic regression, if I summarize it, when you wanted to predict a group membership, and you wanted to have a relationship and strength of the variables, and you wanted to forecast the outcome event. So it all depends on we have a logic models where it's shown by probability. So let us try to understand that. So first, let us try to understand what are the uses of this, what are the applications of this, and why we require this. So there are a number of assumptions here. So relationship between it can be a linear, or it can be non-linear. Outcome variable must be coded between 0 and 1. Independent variable do not need to be metric. So it can be qualitative data. And it variable linearly related to log odds. And it requires a large sample size. So let's try to understand some key terms. So dependent are binary. Independent, you are variable which influence the dependent variable. So which are variable? Like some person goes to bank and he wanted to take a loan. So he will be asking about the current bank balance, what are the policy he is having, if he is having some immovable property, what are the movable property which he is having, and what are the salary he is getting. So this is independent variables. But dependent means he may be given or he may not be given. So you need to understand this Hosmer-Lemso test, which can be measure goodness of it. So whatever fit based on data will be trained, it will be given. So you need to correct this function. So odd ratio is basically probability of success to the probability of failure. So basically, you have a classification table where dependent outcome and predicted values are cross-classified. So you wanted to find the least possible deviation between observed and predicted value using calculus derivatives. So here you are using a logit model which is a function of log odds of a variable. If P is a probability and Y is the occurrence of event, then P upon 1 minus P corresponding odds. The logic can be defined in this way. If you wanted to do how it has been derived, so you can actually go to subsequent slide. I will just give you. So probability of this can be P1 minus P. So let us try to understand in nutshell, you have a number of independent variables. And so you have two output binary. So these variables are inputs and there are a number of weight parameters which they are having. So this may be having a 0.6, this may be having a 0.2, this may be having a 0.2. So based on that, regression model has been given. So it will give you email, spam or not. So that can be one. Person is happy or sad, that can be another one. So what we are trying to understand is to learning logistic regression, which is a statistical method where more independent variable determine an outcome. And outcome is measured with two possible outcomes. So that is decode process. So we are trying to understand this. So if this Y has a single predictive model. So it can be a, like mx plus c wala jo model tha wo, but you are adding error since you are having some drawback in your model. So you may have a predictor value which will be greater than 1 or less than 0, जो कि linear expression में आप use करते थे. But here you are using it predictive variable which introduce covariate z into a model. So why are you using? Because variance of y is constant across all values predictive variable. So weighted least square must actually might be improve the situation. So just now I told about logit model. इस logit model को आपने instead of modeling probability, we first considered odd ratio. मैंने जो आपको बताया था, successful or unsuccessful, the ratio of successful upon unsuccessful. So 1 upon 0, or 1 upon the probability. So this logistic model, if you are having a log to odd ratio, so both sides, then you can have this logit function where graph can be a predictive value z. So log odds are linear in predictive. So because people are mostly predicting in terms of probability, like you are tossing a coin, so it can be a heads or it can be tail. But if you're tossing a coin for 100 times, so you cannot tell how many times it will come head, how many times it come. So it has to be converted into some kind of model where I'm not giving you derivation, I'm just giving you the, if you are exponenting this, you are getting this, and finally you are probability getting in this form. So I will be giving you application. So this particular model will look like this. So this relationship is between P and predictor Z, which is not linear, and it is a S shape. You can say S shape kind of curve. So what happening with this logit function? This is a probability of occurrence of a particular state where 100% certain occurrence of 1, infinite negative, or it can be a plus 1. So it is depending on the value between plus 1 or minus 1. So let us try to understand with one example. Like if you wanted to predict the developing a given disease, diabetes, so it can be based on various observatory characteristics. It may be age, gender, body mass index, or result of various blood tests. So I will request all of you, while doing this course, you should actually try to make your model, because once you know these models, so you try to use it. There are online open source are available. You just use it and try to develop a very small model based on the current day to day. So another example is to predict voters, they will vote for one party or not. So it can be based on age, income, or gender, residence, votes on previous elections. So what you are doing, you are trying to predict the failure of process, system, product, or engineering aspects. So now I am just giving you one case study. If you have any question, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to give you case study. Now, there are a group of 20 students. They are spending time between 0 to 6 hours. How does the number of hours spent studying affect the probability of student passing the exam? This is the problem. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you the example case study how it is. So why the question is, in every time whenever any problem comes, you will be try to apply some kind of model. So first is, what are the models available and which model you are applying. So why you are using logistic regression for this problem? Because value of dependent variable can be pass or fail. So it can be represented by pass, can be 1 or 0, fail can be 0. So if problem chain to pass fail was replaced with grades, then simple regression analysis to be used. So please try to remember, depending on the output, which methodology to be used, why we are using. Do not use sake of usage of that methodology. So there are number of data. This is the test data, 0.5 hours, 0.7 hours. So this is the test data. If you are reading 4 hours and above, then he is pass, or there are number of data which is there. Now, this is probability of passing exam. Again, this is S-based curve has came. You can say this is the number of output, 0 output, and there are number of output which is coming here. Their intercept error Z value has been calculated by softwares. I'm just trying to deduce the result. So output basically indicating overstudying significantly, which are associated with probability of passing exam, 0.016. So 0.016 is, this is the p-value. And these coefficients are entered in logistic regression equation to estimate the odds. Now, I have already given this formula, probability of passing exam. So log odds of passing exam and odds of passing exam. So this, through this probability, one particular additional hour, which is increasing log of odds by 1.5046. Now let us try to understand with, suppose if example is, if student who studies 2 hours, entering the 2 hours in the equation, then estimated probability is 0.26. We are getting this from software. So this is the probability of passing exam. You are having this value with you and you are getting a probability. Now, if student studies 4 hours, then probability of passing is 0.87. So probability has increased. Now these are this table is showing passing the exam in several values hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour. These probabilities kept on increasing. We had our data. हमारे data में 3 hour study में भी था. But what probability we are getting from this model? Like this. Now you may say कि sir, everybody knows कि आप जितने ज़्यादा घंटे पढ़ेंगे उतना ज़्यादा. लेकिन what is the probability? That is this is the test data and this is the test problem where we are trying to understand how this model works. Okay, so this can be given like from email. You cannot say it can be. So there are a number of input variables where you have to decide how output has to be there in this form. So it can be very well applied in sports. So suppose free throw shot हो रहा है, so you have independent variables, player height, accuracy, strength, eye coordination. Now predicting and winning a football match. So number of pass कितने हुए, number of turnovers कितने हुए. Currently you may be saying the Euro Cup. So finding likelihood of but horse finishing first in specific race. There are number of applications. So in this particular logistic regression, I have given you all kind of application, model, case study where you can understood this. Now, I just wanted to ask you simple one question. Please write one example which I have not highlighted in your copy, and I will ask Mr. Joshi, Shailesh to either you can write in chat box. I want 2 or 3 answers. So please write apart from these applications, which can be other application of that. So I'm holding my talk for a few seconds to get your answer, your understanding. So Abhay, Grover, Ashwini, Shubhangi, Khalid, you people are attending this. So please give me one example where this logistic regression can be used. So I will be very happy to have your answer, your query. So you people are muted, no issue, but you are all can write messages. Please write messages and I will be giving you. So this is a logistical regression with SPSS. I will directly give you the screenshot of basketball match. It can be win or it can be lose. So it depends on number of passes. So this is number of passes, offensive rebound, free throws, blocks. So there are a number of variables. So match, there are a number of matches are there. The results are here. So team having average number of passes less than coded can be 1 or 0. So I will simply illustrate the how this data has been given the input, and you can do this regression analysis through SPSS. So their results are tabulated here, data view, and you can do directly go to analyze regression and binary logistic as I told about this. And then you are having a covariate box. So you can see there are a number of blocks are there. Categorical value can be pass, rebound, throw. So there are a number of variables which are there. So you are trying to give, and so you have to give constant model. So model is already there. So there are a number of various classification plots are there. So probability can be stepwise between this classification cutoff like this, and you can select this model conformity study or exploratory study and getting the output. So these are the model based on the this regression works in SPSS in two ways. What's no prediction, just the intercept, variable analysis, coding the independent and independent variables. So I am just giving you the recap. It is a special case of generalized linear model, and it is analogous to linear regression. So this predictive value 0, 1, where logical regression predicts the probability of particular outcome rather than outcome themselves. So this is one assignment. Please take the screenshot of this assignment. So you might like to solve this in your time. So try to solve it. If you face any issue, you can directly email and discuss. And then during end of this course, you can actually have some understanding. So based on length and you can actually do. So, you can build the model and predict based on this length made and missed. So please try to take screenshot, use it. Once you are taking any talk, so being a researcher, being an academician, we should able to understand how to apply this into any problem. Okay. So now next topic is basically simple discriminant analysis. Shailesh, I am able to, are you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So anybody wanted to have any kind of discussion in this, or should I move ahead? So no issue. Any point of time, if you wanted to speak, so please feel free. Second is simple discriminant analysis. So in this particular analysis, we will try to understand how to use it and what are the various applications. and we will understand one case study. Since this is a 1 week course, and you may, and I can say this is very fruitful course for all of you, because in a gist of 1 week you are trying to understand each and every topic, their how does one particular topic works, and based on your research or your interest, you can actually use these technologies for that. Will be very useful for all of you. So now I will start with the one problem. So recently, since last 1.5 years, you may be seeing about this pandemic, and then how you are using, might be taking some kind of vaccination. So daily you are seeing you are having a certain kind of vaccination has certain output. So some vaccination has 70%, some vaccination has 78%, some vaccination 98%, or might be some particular vaccinations are having another booster dose or certain kind of things. So how does company decides a certain kind of drug, those are vaccination which is applicable to all? So there are some issues which you are saying somebody has a after effect, somebody is not having some as. But if you're trying to see the drugs, how company used to understand how these drugs work for some people. So it works great for some people, it makes people feel worse. So how do we decide to give drug to? So maybe gene expression can help. So this pharmaceutical company used to decide it based on this gene, how actually, where we are actually giving. So they used to have transcripts. So there are fewer transcripts, so drug works in this way. Their drugs are not working for in this particular reason. Now, if you are trying to see, most part drugs works in people with low transcription of genes X, and drugs does not work in people with high transcription of gene. So this is one kind of reduction, and where we are trying to understand the group difference. And we wanted to predict the likelihood of a particular entity where it belong to class or group based on independent. So you're trying to have this kind of objective, where you're trying to analyze when the criteria or dependent variable is categorical and the predictor or independent variable are interval in nature. So after some time, you're given some input, and then it's kind of this. So basically, discriminate, you may say you are using this word discrimination day to day. You might have heard about this, but this discrimination is basically exclusive, exhaustive, based on some variables, explanatory variables. So dependent variable consists are two groups: male versus female, high versus low, good credit versus bad credit risk. So we are classifying them. You are using this LDA. So you are using a group, comparing group, classifying group, and discriminating that. When you are classifying more than two, more than three, so it can be low, medium, or high, different location. There you are, that analysis is called multiple discriminant analysis. So assumptions are sample size, so again logistic regression is used to 5 times of number of independent variables. So please try to understand this whenever you are using any technique, any model, try to understand what are the assumptions behind that. And each independent variable are normally distributed. You must be understand how normal distribution is being. So normal distribution look like this. So homogeneity variance, all variance have a linear or homozygotic relationship. So data analytics is a highly sensitive to outliers. So outlier you are, whenever you are making a box plot and other things, there are some certain outliers which are not present in data but sensitive if you are using it, if you are including in the data. There should be any correlation upon independent variable. It should be mutually exclusive or dependent category of initial classification or correctly classified. No independent variable should have zero variability. Now, let's try to understand this model first. This discriminant analysis model involves linear combination. B0, B1x1, B2x2, B3x3. So what is D? This is a discriminator score. These B's are discriminant coefficient or weight. हमने आपको बताया था linear के समय weights. Then X is a predictor. These are the predictors. So these coefficient of weight are estimated so that group differ as much as possible. So discriminant analysis basically creates equation which minimize the possibility of misclassifying case with the respective groups. So let us try to understand with some steps. So here, step 1, independent variable has discriminant power are being chosen. First, you have to choose independent variable. Then discriminant function model to be developed by using coefficient of independent variables. Then build lambda is computed for testing the significance of function. Then importance of discriminating the groups are being found. Then classification of subjects being made. So this is the way steps are being made. So you might be knowing about hypothesis. There can be a discriminant analysis can be tested into two kind of hypothesis. Group means a set of independent variables where two or more groups are equal against. Group means the two or more are not equal. So there are two hypotheses. So these application can be a, you wanted to identify the group which object belong to, like agricultures, where fisheries, crop studies, yield studies, geoinformatics, bioinformatics, socioeconomics, behavioral studies of fishermen communities, where morphometric analysis of taxonomic investigation, stock structure studies of fish population, hydrological, physiological studies on different water sources. So let us try to understand how this technique has applied with the help of one VAR data set. This I have taken from one paper. You can read it, this paper, and have a more insight of various references, where all descriptive statistics are available in following table. 0 correspond to winner group and 1 correspond to loser group. This is a good interesting paper. You can read this. 0 are where this is a case study of France army. So troops, tanks, human losses, their means, standard deviation, they're weighted, and its twice weight has been calculated. So again, group can be 0, it can be 1. So 0 belongs to winner and 1 correspond to loser. So means human losses in every group are very close. You can see human losses are, you can say, this is the human losses. In both groups are very close. Yeah, this is the human loss in these. Okay. So for selection of effective model, where you are having a variables called troops and tanks. So ANOVA tables, you need to make analysis of variance. So again, you might be knowing ANOVA जब हम कब use करते हैं, whenever you are trying to compare two or more groups, then you can use it. So here you are using this for two variables, and step one, your troops are there. These are all calculated with the help of softwares. Now this value for two variables give the percentage of variance. So you need to consider this satisfaction value if it is less than 0.5. Now, assumption of two variable cannot be rejected. So you have a box M plot, you have approximation where this model is 0.5 and give a satisfactory p-value. So you have a test of function and you are testing this function on the basis of this value. So basically, if you are having this Fisher discriminant function based on troops and tanks, you have a winner or you have a loser. You can see this grouping has been made. And finally, it has been summarized that this prediction of group are, you can say, the counted in this 5, it has been 1. So 83% and 16.7%. So currently, this case-wise table, you have that is actually was in France battle where it is classified the group of loser. So you can see this is the original case number, actual case and predicted group. And finally, you are getting this result, and this basically discussion you can interpret. So Fisher function classifying the data in satisfactory level where 91.7% and possibility of predict the winner of battle. So Axis force in France battle is the only misclassified observation. So basically a paper when you find time, so please read this. So win in France from Axis was earned in unfavorable condition related to opposite side. So I have just given you the snapshot of how this case study has been evolved and applied. You can similarly this case study can be applied in SPSS as well. So you can see there are a number of you wanted to identify players into different categories using selection process based on height, based on arm length, leg length, palm length, shoulder strength, reaction time, speed, judgment, patience, player. So based on this, actually, you are classifying this, and you can say you can classify, you can directly use this classify, discriminate, and once you are discriminate minimum player, you can take the all independent variables, and then you wanted to understand by means box M. As I told, there are two function coefficients which are Fisher or unstandardized. So you can use within group correlation, you can use this total covariance. So you have used within covariance within groups, and so this is the output. So what you are trying to see this. So based on this height, arm length, he can choose as a batsman. Based on this, he can choose as a bowler. So these are the means, these are the standard deviation. So you have a certain amount of data with you, and those data are height, arm length, leg length, palm length, shoulder strength. So this software is giving a proximity of person. So however, exceptions are there. So Sachin Tendulkar was having a less height, but still he was very successful. But proximity and probability talks about with this model only. This has no variable kind how talented he was or likewise this. So in this particular analysis, you try to understand how this, based on various input variable, how you have classified this. Based on this, you have classified this based on batsman or bowler. There F test has been made and box M test. So I'm not going into this particular, I'm just trying to give you how this methodology is applied and how result has been taken and how this analysis is being carried out. So these are height, back explosive power, judgment. So this is the model, which is actually finally where you can actually give the various input and you can get the output. So this is all about simple discriminant analysis. Now I am trying to show the various case study application, and now another topic is very interesting. These are the very interesting topic once you are using it, applying this. So next topic is multiple discriminant analysis. So we just not saw number of example in logistic regression where you can have. So हमने case study देखी थी, students how much time they are devoting and pass or fail, whether they are going to get a pass or fail. And here in simple discriminant analysis, we saw the one case study based on the palm height, their height and number of reflexes, how can he become bowler or batsman. Next topic is multiple discriminant analysis. So basically, you wanted to understand what is multiple discriminant analysis is and how it is being used. How does this technique work? How many functions? How are these applied? And there are 6-stage model, case study, applications. Now, discriminant analysis, we have already described it. Technique is known in two-group discrimination. Whenever you have a 2 or more group, just I have already explained you 3 or more categories, then it can be referred as a multiple discriminant analysis. So multiple discriminant analysis is a technique that distinguishes data from each other based on the characteristics observed by the professionals. So it is a statistical, basically it is a technique used by statistician, by financial planner. Now to evaluate their potential investment, when number of variables must be taken into account. So where to invest, you may be seeing various DMAT platform, various hands-on app, where based on number of characteristics you can be able to decide which are the potential investment required. So this particular technique also reduces the differences between some variables. So it can be classified into set of broad groups. And compared with another variables. So ultimately what you are happening in finance techniques is used to compress the variance between securities and screening for the several variables. Now, why you are using this multiple discriminant analysis? This analysis is related to discriminant analysis. Multiple discriminant analysis is related to discriminant analysis, which are helping to classify data set by setting a rule or selecting value, which will provide the most meaningful separation. So how this multiple discriminant analysis is being used? Now you might be investing in stocks. So here you can, how can you say, can you predict how this stock works? Stock goes up and down. There are a number of algorithms which are actually working in real time, and based on the number variable, they automatically, do you know, they automatically buy and sell their shares. And you people, we people are the, based on the, and what we are taking decision, and their decision are very slow when we compare with algorithms. So these algorithms are where analyst is considering number stocks, might use multiple discrete analysis to focus. So on the data point, most important decision is under consideration. Now, how this technique works? How do we allocate a piece of data to a group with the help of a function? So this is one very critical question which are coming. How do you allocate a piece of data or object to a group? And our objective is establish a function that discriminate or